much as I can, or any other things that come on my mind. And I welcome everybody to have input. Or no, Pastor, that's not a good one, or that's a good one, or let's make sure we're even in season. Somebody better write this down. We got Father's Day, June 15th, and I'm going to do a special message, Who's Your Daddy? Doing a special message on June 15th, Who's Your Daddy? So maybe that should be the letter we sent out, because when is June 15th? Is that the second? Is that the third or second Sunday?
It's the second. I think. Wait. The first one is.
When is that?
I think it's the third.
June. Yeah. So it'd be the third. We got this.
Sent out by Tuesday, talking about that Sunday, and that'll be about a week and a half that they will have to as a reminder for Father's Day.
So maybe we should ditch addiction series until after the Father's Day series, Father's Day message. We don't want to invite them to a certain series and then they're gonna come.
Because that means you're only gonna have 2 addiction messages then.
Oh no, I'm gonna stop doing beginning to the end of the month. I think that's just whack for me now. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
So it's not, yeah, okay.
So it's whenever I start.
Alright, that's cool.
We normally do 3 to 4 messages per series. Depends on how the Lord moves us. And sometimes the Lord moves it where we don't even do that series doing that, whatever, because the Lord says, I don't want that for the Sunday. So we have to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit. But why don't we push addiction back? And the reason why I think we should push addiction back is because we can also have time to advertise around it. Boards and letters and whatever else we come up with. And we're going to talk about addiction a little bit in depth later on. So why don't we, for the next 2 Sundays, I'm going to ask the Lord to give me some messages, because I was prepared for addiction. So we'll ask the Lord to give me something. And then on 17th, let's do a special letter to invite everybody to Who's Your Daddy on the 17th. I think that'd be great. Any feedback, any thoughts about that?
Yeah, just one thing you had mentioned, like marketing as it relates to business and sort of trying to apply that to the church model. Nowadays, I know the church is on Facebook, right? So social networking is one big thing. And I thought about starting to record some of your sermons and maybe pushing them out to Facebook. And then when people come into the churches and getting that type of information, like Twitter, Facebook type of things, maybe you can send like daily thoughts out to people that have come to your church just to keep the movement church fresh on their mind.
Since you mentioned it, I'm going to ask you that you work on that for me.
Alright, I'm done talking.
I'm through. I'm through.
Is that as creative as Brother Reese?
I'm finished. The Lord is finished talking. I think that would be one. Yeah, because that daily thoughts will tie into what we do on the Monday and Tuesday spiritual nuggets that we do. We were trying. I don't know how we're going to do the videotaping. We're gonna work on that. So I would love to do it. I just don't know when it is.
Even if it's audio, if we start with just the audio.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because Pastor
we can make it sound like it's a lot more people than it is.
We certainly can. That's right. And we can even put that on the website as well as
You think you can have a little couple seconds to talk about Facebook and Twitter and your spiritual nuggets at the end, or you might not be able to fit it in?
I don't want to fit that in on that one. I just changed the end of it today. I changed it to where it's more inviting. He used to say, come hear more of this at the Movement Church, 3537 Hill Avenue, from 12 to 1:15. This is back to Jackson. I hope to see you there. And as I kept thinking about it, I said, that's not inviting. So I changed it to, if you're going through a crisis, I put that this little melodramatic voice on. If you're going through a crisis, or if you're going through some personal hurts and needs, come visit the Movement Church. I thought that was more apropos to people go, yeah, I am going through a crisis. I am going, just like invite me to your church just because you did a spiritual nugget. I changed it to, and this is my whole new scheme of thing. I'm listening to myself going, that's not inviting. That's just a good spiritual nugget, Jackson.
Right.
But it wasn't like, if you, what I said, if you're going through a personal crisis, if you're going through a personal thing or a crisis of pain in your life, then come to the movement. And then at the end, my tagline was, because we promise to love you just as you are. So I changed the tagline now, trying to say, okay, we don't care what your situation is, we know that once you get it, God can fix it. So I thought that was more inviting, more than look to see you there, come shake my hand, I'm gonna give you a gift type of thing. Like, what? That's a little too commercial. But it was more, I thought, more soul wrenching. And even the DJ said today, he said, hey man, I like that. I thought, you come, you should come, you know.
Yeah.
Bring your butt to church. So I thought that was good. So we went and did that. So we changed it up a little bit. So great thing on that. So you can start working on it. That'd be great. So LaJoya has all the passwords to Twitter. Do you have the password to Twitter and all that?
No, not Twitter.
Well, it's at Toledo Movement is our handle name. I think I use the same password for everything. Just not like it's just anointed. ANOINTED.
I gotta make you an administrator on Facebook.
So make an administrator. Do you have your name on Facebook?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Can you spell your last name?
ZARRIEFF, like Frank.
And Ryan is RYA.
Yeah.
All right. So now, let's look at our timelines for the first thing we should push is the Who's Your Daddy. You know, this bad English. You know, I'm an eye-catcher type of guy. I want to catch people's attention. People will say that's not church, but that's who we are, y'all. We are out of the box. We don't compromise our message, but we do change our methodology. I do sometimes think in today's society you have to do that, at least have shock treatment at least. So Who's Your Daddy? Some people will get offended, but that's okay. Jesus offended a whole bunch of folks. So I'm okay with offending people. So we'll push that. So we can get, when do you think we should get the letters out?
You got a count?
Okay.
We ever have a calendar in this office?
You said
We only got 2 weeks.
that's
so
why
it's
I'm
gotta
sitting
be-
here looking at
Yeah,
my
it
cell
gotta be
phone.
like
gotta
right
be
now.
like
Yeah.
What do you think?
Like you said, Monday
by
or
mid
Tuesday?
next week. Yeah.
Okay.
So by Wednesday, do you think you can?
So then you're going to have to write the letter up.
I'm gonna have to write the letter up.
Mm-hmm. I give you a sample of some of the things I've done.
Okay.
It's just simple.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Put it in terms of the people that we're trying to reach. Again, like I said, they've already. This is specifically. I'm looking at the people that we've already had here. They have a good time, but they just don't come back. And we have to remind them, you had a good time when you came to the Lord Church. You gotta wake up again and come again. And we can keep them good. I think if we can re-engage that crowd, then it's easier to go after a crowd that we've never had before. So, because it was racking my brains, how do we go after people that I'm like, it doesn't make sense to keep going after people we don't know. Go after the one. If everybody who came to our church come back,
Really?
we have a major seating problem. And that's what we want. But if we at least capture, I don't know what the percentage will be, at least if we capture 30% of them, you know, that's good. Or at least, again, putting our name back in front of them again. So we're just inviting them. You are invited to this series. Pastor Jackson will be preaching on Who's Your Daddy, in special honor of Father's Day. Whatever we got. And we go from there. And once you get the letter together, let's roll with it.
Okay, so this letter is just gonna be for that special.
Yeah. Because everybody else on our mailing list are the person that came for the clothing. I'm not really interested in that.
Right. I mean, we love them.
They came for the clothes, they ain't come to get these.
Right.
You know, they never hardly even came into the service.
Yeah.
We had like 6 of them out of what, 70?
Right.
Not
Yeah.
really going that down. And we've been sending them newsletters and we haven't heard
Right.
anything. So, I think we went up the wrong road on that one. We just learned our lesson, we kind of lost it.
So should I take those sheets and pull those people off?
I think we should. I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think.
Or maybe
if it's gonna not cost effective for us to continue mailing them letters and they're not, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Responsive
Maybe you
to
should
them
have
anyway.
like a Facebook list and a mailing list, because Facebook is free.
Right.
You gotta pay for mailing, so
That's
it
fine.
doesn't hurt you to keep in contact with those
Yeah, we can
people.
keep that going. But those mailing lists are the people that,
Maybe if you put something in your letter saying, you know, connect to us through Facebook if you want to stay connected and keep getting this type of stuff, like us on Facebook or something like that. Do you think?
so like a one-time letter to everybody.
Right.
Yeah, and just give them
That's
the
not a
opportunity
bad
to
idea.
follow us if they want to do it that way, or
That's not a bad idea.
But then, I mean, how would you eliminate certain people then still? You would have more people follow on Facebook, but how would you eliminate the people who don't respond? Like,
You don't really.
yeah.
We just won't know. We just throw the names, not throw the names away, just not use it anymore.
So just send this letter out to everybody, let them know, invite, you know, like it's on Facebook, and then from there on, you know, it'll be Facebook or the people who continuously.
Right, then we get the actual
Right.
connect cards that we have with them. And we can leave everybody else off the mailing list off.
Right. Just kind
What
of
you
make
think?
a fresh new invite letter, and then from that point on, we'll start with.
Okay. So are we talking two different letters? We're just talking about
the same letter.
all in the same letter.
Mm-hmm. We're just now going to include those people to get them that chance to connect another way with us.
You say, hey, we missed you, you know, whatever. We got a new message coming up, and if you want to have more information, follow us on Facebook. Type of thing.
Maybe two of y'all can collaborate too, make sure the wording is right. Good idea. Good idea. All right. So that's the next big push we have, is this Father's Day message. We're going to backtrack in a minute, but let's at least get that out the way. And any questions, anything special we should be doing for Father's Day? I'm trying to think about that for a minute. Let me grab the Schaefer around with me. But any special thing we should be doing for Mother Day was going to give them roses.
Right.
See, y'all can't think enough for Father. That's a shame.
Wait a minute. What did we get?
Right.
What did y'all
An
get
empty
for Mother's
promise?
Day?